Dear colleagues, I welcome all of you with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, I came just in front of you with the same topic, efficient resourcing and effective governance through school complexes, public clusters. Already the version of National Education Policy 2020 came before you in the light of two different videos, and this video I am going to make what our school education department has issued in this regard. We all are aware that for formulation of school complexes or clusters in schools, and their section has already been accorded by our education department in 2021. And as per this very policy, or as per this topic or title, school complex or clusters, the head of the complex have power to rationalize staff members wherever needed. The main purpose is only to strengthen the existing scenario of our education system, to provide quality education. So, as per this very order, our principal or जो head of the complex has power to rationalize staff members, but to rationalize staff members he has to sought permission from joint director. After getting permission, after getting nod from joint director, cluster heads can rationalize staff members. But they have to follow, they have to keep in mind the provision regarding people-teacher ratio, simply we are calling PTR ratio. Those primary schools and middle schools having enrollment less than 60, in that very case, the school head has to follow PTR ratio 15:1. 15:1 for primary and middle schools, where the students ratio is less than 60. But for high schools, they have to follow 20:1. If the number of students, if enrollment is less than 60, the first thing which we must keep in mind, that for primary and middle schools where enrollment is less than 60, there the cluster has to follow PTR ratio 15:1. And in case of high schools and higher secondaries, where enrollment is less than 60, there have to follow 20:1 ratio, PTR ratio. But in case of schools having enrollment more than 60, then at least there should be 2 teachers in primary schools, at least 4 teachers in middle schools, 10 to 20 teachers in high schools, 15 to 20 teachers in higher secondary schools. Go at least, but we have to keep this thing in mind, while the enrollment is greater than 60. Then this formula we have to apply there. Minimum period for rationalization is 1 month. Minimum. And it is maximum is up to 3 months we can deploy, or we can rationalize, we can deploy a teacher in our cluster. Suppose the school is more need of that very teacher, then principal has to sought permission from Chief Education Officer. Chief Education Officer, if allow principal to retain that very teacher in a particular school up to a maximum period of 6 months. And if there is more need of teachers above 6 months, then CEO have got approval. CEO needs approval of directorate. This is what is the provisions regarding this deployment of teachers. And besides this, there is one more provision in it, that is school monitoring wing. In case of school monitoring wing, it is comprised of chairman, which is simply the cluster head, zonal education officer, simply a member, one expert, subject expert, teacher oblique master of high school or higher secondary, which will be nominated by cluster head. And the fourth member of this school monitoring wing is one member from diet, which will be nominated by diet principal. These four members together constitute school monitoring wing, and their main role is to impart academic support to schools. The main role of school monitoring committee is to provide support, academic support to schools, and monitor learning of children by means of school visits, inspections. They have to monitor the overall teaching learning processes in the schools. And they have to capture school academic processes in a format based on learning management, classroom, culture, pedagogy, community involvement, and HOI involvement. What it means, they have to report. They have to establish a school academic tracker through which school performance index will be compiled. School performance index will be compiled. It should be based on school management, learning management, classroom, culture, pedagogy, involvement of community members, and the involvement of HOI in different aspects of teaching learning processes. The same committee shall ensure enrollment drives in schools. They have a monthly review committee shall be organized by the concerned head among the committee members for recording and tracking the progress of academic achievements, which will be punched online, and the performance record, and the overall progress report of every school will be monitored online. Then on that very basis, at the end of academic year, by having everything in online, the overall performance, overall progress report of a school, at the end of academic year, one of the elementary schools shall be judged as the school of the year based on school performance index, which will be done at zonal level, district level, or division level. results, the main purpose of online monitoring and the punching of results, it will help us in grading of schools. There are different grades. The first grade is green. School green grade. School where learning levels are good. School where learning levels are good, it will be graded as green. And school where learning levels are average, it will be considered or it will be in the category of yellow grade. And those schools where learning levels are below average and need remediation, so those very schools will be kept under the category of or under the grade of red grade. This will be all kept monitored online, and it is the duty of the concerned head to have a vision on all such aspects, so that the progress of almost every school in a cluster should be recorded, should be punched in online, and it will help us in estimating, in understanding the level, the grading system of every school. Besides this, there should be the formulation of inspection rosters. When and how the school will be respected, it is the sole duty of this school monitoring committee, so that a proper system will be synchronized in the schools, so that the young blooming buds will get the maximum of education. They will achieve the goals of comprehending or comprehension, literacy and numeracy, which is the main focus for pre-primary schools. This can be achieved by implementing FLN and Nipin Bharat, so that the schools, the young growing buds at the age of 8 may be able to have an deep understanding of literacy and numeracy. When our foundation will be strong, the overall building of education which is going to be built on this very foundation, it will be strong. So, NEP 2020 focuses on that our foundation level should be strong. When our foundation level will be strong, the overall building of education will be strong. If there will be any type of deficiency in foundation, then the building which we are going to build over it, it will not sustain much. Thank you. Have a nice day.